Well, I just got back from seeing TMNT Mutant Mayhem, and well, the movie was amazing. Like, it was really good. Like, I was not expecting it to be that good. I was expecting it to be bad or anything, but it was a lot better than I expected. It's actually kind of giving Across the Spider-Verse a run for its money, and like in my book. Man. Alright, let's talk about the movie. Okay, so first off, I just want to say that the animation is chef's kiss. Like, it has a particular style of animation, and it does that particular style really well. It almost kind of feels like it wants to be comic booky. You know, comparing it, bringing up Across the Spider-Verse again. Kind of like in that sense. Yeah, so the movie just looks amazing. The backdrops, the characters. Well, honestly, the humans kind of look off model, but I think that might be because of the movie's overall theme that I'm going to get to in a little bit. But, yeah, just gorgeous looking movie. Now let's move on to the Turtles. Let's start with Leonardo. Now, Leonardo's characterization here is that he's really anxious and high-strung, and is just overall worried about his brothers, because he has to be the head honcho and the leader, and it's just like, it's just getting to him, like really bad. I think it's also because of the fact that these Ninja Turtles also feel the most like teenagers, whereas the other versions of the Ninja Turtles kind of felt like college age or adults in their mid-20s. Like, where's the teenage aspect of these guys? No offense to these turtles, I still love y'all, but y'all could have been more like teenagers. You too, 03. But I digress from my point. But yeah, I really like Leonardo's characterization here. Except for his crush on April O'Neil. Like, I don't know what it is, for these creators and the Turtles to insist on making the Turtles have a thing for April. But could you, stop, please? It's kind of weird. Well, at least she's not as weird about it as Donatello was. Hopefully it stays that way. They got a new series coming up. I do not want to see creepy Leonardo. Alright, now let's move on to Donatello, the brains of the bunch. Well, kind of. I mean, he's still kind of the smart one. Being the only turtle that knows how to drive. He literally picked it up from playing Forza. I don't know how that works. But instead of leaning into the scientist angle to him, he's more of a nerd. He's into K-pop, anime, all that good shit. And what is going on with my camera? Which is fine with me. Which is fine with me. I like nerdy Donnie. Lean into that. He's actually really into anime, and they actually name drop several anime in the movie. Like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Jujutsu Kaisen, and Attack on Titan. That appears to be Donnie's favorites. And it's actually how he figures out how to defeat the monster, too. Next we come to Raph, who's a big, angry brute. Which isn't too out of the ordinary. The only thing is that the Turtles acknowledge the fact that Raph has anger issues. It's usually just kind of brushed past in most series. Like, they'll make a comment or something, and I'd be done with it. But here, it's just like, Raph, you got anger issues, man. Like, we're legitimately worried about you. You got rage issues. It's brought up several times in the movie. Which I thought was kind of funny, but also kind of sad. Because they're concerned about their brother, but there's really nothing they can do about it. And lastly, we come to Mikey, who's there. I mean, Mikey's kind of funny. I mean, Mikey has some of the better jokes in the movie. I really like the joke where they were trying to figure out the last name, and he was like, "Hey, I'm Michelangelo." I was talking in an Italian accent. I also really love the fact that he was the first one to vibe with Mondo Gecko. Which is obvious because anybody that's saying anything to the Turtles knows that Mondo Gecko and Mikey are best friends. But Other than that, Mikey doesn't really do much. Why are they always doing Mikey like this, man? They never give him a lot to do, and I don't know why. He's easily the most talented in the Turtles. Do something with that. Maybe that's what he started in The Last Ronin. But yeah, Mikey usually gets pushed to the wayside, you know. Like, you know, at least it has the least amount of focus than the other Turtles. Everybody assumes it's Donnie, but it's really Mikey that gets no focus or attention. He's just kind of there sometimes. Moving on. Let's talk about April O'Neil now. Now, April O'Neil carries over design aspects from Rise, particularly the fact that she's black, but kind of has the personality of 80s April O'Neil. You know, and the fact that she's always looking for the next big story to report on because she wants to go into journalism. Unfortunately, she's camera shy to the point of where she throws up everywhere, and they actually show puke in the movie. And she kind of becomes an outcast too because of that. You know, getting nicknamed "cute girl" and all that shit. That those kids were sad. Those kids were vicious. They did not hold back. Man, now let's move on to Splinter real quick. Now, Splinter hates humans. Hamachi Yoshi is nowhere to be found, so he's just a rat that was living on the street. Although, honestly, I think that might be a huge part of his backstory we're missing. Maybe they'll discuss it in the sequel or in the animated series they're about to get. I don't know. But whatever. But whatever it is, I feel like we have not gotten this whole backstory. Anyway, he was just a rat in the streets. Everything was out to kill him. One day he was just crawling around in the sewers and found the 4 baby turtles covered in the ooze. The story. He took them in as his own sons. One day he decides to try and take his son's top side. Because again, no Hamachi Yoshi. So he's not really a ninja yet. And because his sons were just so curious about the outside world, only people to shun or reject it. Because it's like, monsters! So Matt Splinter was like, what? I'm going to make sure you guys are never seen by humans again. I'm going to train you guys in the art of ninjutsu. And so he then learns everything from ninjutsu from YouTube videos. I don't know how he got the Wi-Fi working. It was probably Donnie that set it up. But he taught all 4 of the brothers everything about ninjutsu from YouTube videos. That's almost as bad as the way Michael Bay set it up, where he learned ninjutsu from a book. But you know what? It's okay, because you can learn a lot of stuff from online. That's how I learned a lot of my martial arts techniques. Alright, moving on to the mutants real quick. I really like the characterization of a bunch of the classic TMNT mutants. Now, unfortunately, they didn't get a lot of focus, but I'm going to tell you their basic personality trait, though. Mondo Gecko was the chill one. Wingnut was the nice one. Leatherhead was Australian for some odd reason. Scumbug's whole thing was that she couldn't talk right. Fun fact about Scumbug and Wingnut, actually, they were both originally aliens and not mutants. Also, those 2 and Leatherhead are now girls. Got the Jellystone treatment. That one with me. I'm okay with that kind of shit. Not about to see me getting up in arms. Bebop and Rocksteady were kind of the same character. They were both just kind of the angry one. Wanted to smash shit. Really hope they get differences in personalities in the next movie. And Genghis Frog was there. He was there. Oh, I almost forgot about Ray Fillet. His whole thing is that he likes to sing. Like, I don't know why, but dude loves to sing for some odd reason. And much like the turtles, they were also shunned by humans when they first, when they first tried to introduce themselves. Which is why the main villain and Splinter both just said, look, you gotta stay away from humans. They're dangerous. They're terrible. But Superfly kind of takes his hatred for humans to the extreme. He wants to wipe them out and make mutants the dominant species on Earth. And he's planning on doing so with a device that he made. Also interestingly enough, Superfly and Baxter Stockman are two different characters. They're usually the same characters in anything just turtle related. I'm perfectly fine with that. But yeah, Superfly is really interesting as a villain because unlike his 80s or 2000s, like a 2012 counterpart, this Superfly is super strong, super fast, and super intelligent. Even Rocksteady had a hard time, overpowering this dude. It took everybody to overpower him. It's insane. But yeah, I just love the fact that it was Superfly, wanting to destroy all humans. That's the reason why. That makes Mr. Splinter realize his hatred for humans is a little overblown. Because going back to what I said earlier about humans looking weird, by the time we reach the film's climax, all the humans are starting to look normal. Because instead of shunning Splinter, they're trying to help him defeat the monster. It's like, come on, we'll help you. It's like, come on, get up, we'll help you. And speaking of that, there's a huge, theme of trying to be accepted by people that's going on throughout this movie. Why does my face keep doing that? That keeps going on throughout this movie. The turtles just want to, act like normal teenagers rather than being monsters forced to live in the sewer. In case I hadn't discussed that point yet. And by the end of it, they actually do get accepted and are able to go to high school like normal teenagers. So that's nice. And also really game changer when it comes to Ninja Turtles. That's crazy. The 80s cartoon, the Turtles... the 80s cartoon people knew about the Turtles, too, but... even then, they still disguise themselves whenever they go out and shop or some shit like that. And I find it kind of funny, too, because... in this version, the Turtles are wearing normal human clothes, and people immediately know they're Turtles, whereas in the 80s cartoon, nobody realized the Ninja Turtles were disguised until they got ripped off. There was one episode where Raphael got his trench coat caught in the gate and decided to abandon it, and everybody recognized the turtles immediately, and I'm just like, they don't wear shoes, they got 3 fingers, and their faces are green, but him taking off the damn trench coat is what makes you realize it's the damn turtle. Are people in New York just that oblivious? People didn't believe the Splinter was an actual rat at first. So, I guess it's fine. Also, April thought the Turtles were in costume, which is like a running theme within the Turtles for some odd reason. Well, I shouldn't say some odd reason. I probably assume it was a costume, too, if I saw it. A giant-ass turtle with ninja weapon strapped to its back. I guess I can briefly talk about TCRI for a second. Even though it made it seem like they're about to be a big deal, only for them to come in, try and drain the turtles of some of their mutagen blood, get bodied by Splinter, and then F off for the rest of the movie. Yeah, TCRI really wasn't that big of a threat in this movie. Which is fine, I guess. They gotta have a second villain for the sequel. Yeah, it's probably just set up. And boy, do they set it up. Because not only by the end of the movie do we see that they're still looking for the turtle, do we see that they're keeping a close eye on the turtles, but they're also about to call in Shredder, who has no affiliation with Splinter whatsoever. He's just a bounty hunter that they're calling in order to try to hunt down the turtles. So again, another game-changing thing when it comes to this franchise. Splinter, the turtles, and Shredder having absolutely no connection. Although I can tell that this is going to become a Craven type situation, where it starts becoming about the money. Well, not Craven. Who's the other guy? I don't know. Basically, it's going to stop becoming about the money and just him wanting to hunt down these turtles because he's impressed with their fighting style, or because it's or because taking them down will just, I don't know, be a challenge. I guess I don't know. But yeah, there you have it. Those are my thoughts about TMNT Mutant Mayhem. If you haven't seen it yet, go see it. And while you're at it, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, give me a like, comment on it. Come on, man, it's my birthday. Please. But yeah, that's all I got. That's my funky ass 2 cents. I'm out.